Good afternoon, Doctor.
Good afternoon, Tony. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Baltimore. This is Dr. Marsha Koger with the Granted in Style radio show. How's everybody's week? I had a great week. It's a beautiful day. So today I have a special guest on with me today. So I'm continuing on with my theme of creating a life you want to live. Last week we talked about different alternatives to jobs. We talked about getting a job. So today I have a special guest on who's going to talk about being a creative. So I have Carlos Green with me today. Carlos, you want to say hello?
Hi, what's going on?
Hey, Carlos. Okay. Good. I'm extremely proud of this young man, first of all. So he's been grinding and pushing for a long time. Carlos is a dancer. He's a musician. He's a rapper. He's a producer. He's a writer. He's a composer. So, Tony, can you play a little bit of his song for me, please?
I could do better, at least my spirit isn't damaging. Normally I'm panicking, I decompress. Nevertheless, I need some rest. My relief is stress. Order me checkers later, you show me chess. Lock me in the chain, then I'm breaking off independent. I'm not really too forgiving, and plus I never forget it. Never. Relationships had an anchor, but now I see them sinking. I spot the trouble from a mile away, then I'm going missing. It's in my intuition. Wish I had.
So that's a clip from Carlos's latest song. It's called Macchiato. So, Carlos, I wanted to have Carlos on. The song just dropped. It's on all platforms, so make sure you check it out. And I wanted to have him just talk on today about being a creative. So, Carlos, tell us about that song. What's that song? And just tell me about your process of writing the song and putting it together.
Yeah, so, the song's called Macchiato. And I just, the whole process behind it, I was just, I just wanted something where I just wanted to talk about things that I've seen and what I've, kind of been through. And it's like a play on the whole, the old saying, wake up to smell the coffee. Cause it's it kind of helps you open up and see different things that you weren't privy to before. So it was definitely something that, I wanted to write from just from observations and just experiences that I went through in my life, and something it's really personal, and then also something that people could also relate to especially when they listen to the chorus, and they can apply it to their life and be like, okay, I see where he's coming from with this.
Well, it definitely is a good song. It has a good beat. And just talk about, too, just your creative process. How do you write? Do you listen to a beat first and then write the song, or do you come up with words? Just can you talk about your process of writing?
Yeah, so when I go about it, I just I go through a series of beats, and whatever beat speaks to me the most, I'll go to that one, and then I just come up with a melody. If I'm, if I really feel the beat, I definitely will catch a melody right away, and then I just kind of go into depending on how I want to structure it, I might start off with the first verse, or I might start off with the chorus or a bridge. I just kind of work in any kind of way. It's no, specific order, and if I just catch a vibe, as they say. And just if I get that inspiration, I just go with whatever I'm feeling, and I just kind of just start writing. And if I hit a wall, I'll just pick it back up the next day, and then I just continue until I finish the song. So it's pretty simple, a simple process. I don't really I don't really dig too deep into it. I just whatever I feel, I just go with it.
Well, it definitely is good, and I know you're very introspective and very insightful, and it comes through in your lyrics. So the process, does it take a long time? How long? Is it a week or a month, or is it something you just go in the studio and do it?
I think on tops, it would be a week. So, because I try not to sit on songs or just just verses or whatever, like for a long time, because then I could just get bored and just never revisit it. If it like hits, if inspiration hits me right away, I can just like write like 2 songs in a day, and that's rare. That I gotta really be in the right, state of mind to really accomplish that. But I would say for a week, I would definitely get most done, and not try to like sit on things, because you don't want to arrive late to your own party, and just you want to like kind of like take advantage of the moment, kind of thing. Right.
That's good. And so, ladies and gentlemen, too, his I guess rap name or his musician name is Charisma. So make sure you check it out on Apple. It's on all platforms. It's spelled Carizma, and that's Charisma, and the song is called Macchiato. So, Carlos, how did you come up with Charisma as your name?
Yeah, well, before Charisma, I actually had a name. My name used to be Star C, and that was like during my high school days, because I wanted a name to kind of, just a moniker just to go by. And I kind of, I put out a mixtape called Ready for the World under that name. And, I kind of kept that name for a little bit until I wanted to like, rebrand myself and come up with something different. And that's when I landed with Charisma. And, and that just came from just people just telling me like, oh, you definitely exude a lot of charisma every time I see you dance, or when I see you, or when I hear you rap. So, I just kind of went with that, and I just came with that on the fly, really. I just, wanted something nice to go by, and I just, made the prefix kind of fit, kind of play off my actual name, Carlos. So I just used the CAR and dropped the H from the actual Charisma, and that's what I went with.
Okay, that's great. And I like that you mentioned dancing, because not only does he rap, but he also dances. And actually, he had an opportunity to be on the show, So You Think You Can Dance. That's a national show on TV, and he was on that show. Carlos, can you talk about just that process of how you got on the show, and just walk us through that whole experience of being on So You Think You Can Dance?
Most definitely. So I pretty much, I sent a video submission, right, to one of the producers' email, because they were looking for, just dancers in the community. And I sent my submission. Didn't think I was going to get in, but, I just figured I'd give it a shot, kind of like a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. So I did it, and unbeknownst to me, I just received a call back, and they said, congratulations, you made it to the producer round of the show, which isn't televised. That's like to, kind of see what, that's like to see if you're ready for the show or not. So, they sent me well, actually, no, I paid for a ticket to go to New York. So, yeah, it was in New York. It took place in New York. I took my mom and my other aunt with me to go to New York. This is back in 2017. So I stayed there for like a weekend, and I got to go do my thing with like hundreds of different dancers from all different styles, from contemporary, ballet, ballroom, hip-hop. I was in the hip-hop category. I did like a little round, and then I got in, and I had to prepare for another round for the next day. So, and that's when I got to meet the actual judges of the show, which was Nigel, somebody else, and I also got to meet Vanessa Hudgens, who was an actress from, if you know Vanessa Hudgens, she was like in High School Musical and these different movies, Bad Boys, and all that. So I got a little taste of that, and they did a couple rounds and everything. I actually got it. I made it through the choreography round, and I actually got a free ticket pass to Los Angeles. So I had to prepare for the next 2 months, for LA, and that's when I got, a taste of everything, just the behind the scenes, the being in front of the camera. I got eliminated in the contemporary round because I made it through 2 rounds, so I got eliminated in the contemporary round, and it was definitely a good experience on that part because it helped me understand, what it takes to be is behind the scenes and just what you don't see, on camera. And I was fortunate enough to be part of the opening number of that show. It might be on YouTube. If you want to go to So You Think You Can Dance season 14, you'll find me in there. I'm the guy wearing a black hat and a lime green shirt with jean shorts and some black shoes. And yeah, you'll see me in there. I'm just just dancing. And it was definitely a learning experience and just something that I will definitely cherish for the rest of my life.
That's great. So did you all hear that? Go to YouTube, look at So You Think You Can Dance. It was season 14, and you'll see Carlos Green in there. Carlos Green from Baltimore, Maryland. So also, Carlos, so in terms of your dancing, you mentioned hip-hop. Are you self-trained, or talk about your dance training?
Yeah, so I've really been dancing, all my life. I really started dancing once I started walking, as most dancers would, say when they talk about their whole origin of just getting started and everything. I started professionally around, I would say, like 11 or 12, and I started going to contemporary and ballet classes for like a couple of years at this dance company called Morton Street Dance, and it definitely gave me foundation of like the techniques and just dancing, like the fundamentals of dancing. And after that, I went and discovered a new dance. Well, not really a company; it's more like an organization. It was called Baltimore Dance Cruise Project, BDCP for short. And that was the hip hop. That's where my hip hop experience began, or my hip hop journey began. And I got some training there. I started from 2011 to like 2015 with BDCP, and I just been at it since then. I kind of left alone contemporary ballet because I really wanted to get into hip hop. So like once I discovered hip hop, I was definitely I just delved into it. Kind of just studied everybody's styles. We've done like performances. We weren't really a competition group. We just did a lot of performances in the area. Some in Virginia, some in DC, and everything. And that's where I got most of my training. But when I left them after I graduated in 2015 and became like an alumni, I started to just train more and just get better and better with time. And I just stuck at it, and next thing you know, I just I started getting opportunities handed to me. I danced for Thomas Dolby, who was a popular 80s dance artist, a techno artist, and I was dancing with my friend Nala. Shout out to Nala. And it was a good opportunity. It was actually at the Light City Festival, and the first annual one back in 2016, and that was definitely a great experience. And that's how it just led me to So You Think You Can Dance and the other ones, and that's how. And I just I'm definitely every day I just practice, and I just that's how I find my my I guess how I find my happiness, and just being just knowing that I have dancing to kind of really calm me down. I find it very cathartic, and it just just helps me ease my mind.
Right. That's good, Carlos. So you talked about, okay, so you're dancing, and share with us, too. So he is available to dance. If you need a dancer for a wedding, if you need a dancer for your church service, if you need any kind of dancer, he is available to dance for you. He dances sometimes at the church that he attends. So can you give us your Instagram name? How can people find you and get in touch with you? What's your Instagram name, Carlos?
Yeah, so anybody who's listening, y'all could go follow me on Instagram at Star on the Rise. That's STAAR on the Rise. And I'm also on Twitter. I rarely use Twitter, but you can follow me on Twitter. It's the same name, Star on the Rise, STAAR on the Rise.
Okay, so that's Star on the Rise, STAARONTHERISE. So Carlos, too, so he was on So You Think You Can Dance. We saw that, season 14. So he recently, right before the pandemic, he had an opportunity to try out for America's Got Talent. Can you talk about that experience and how you were able to participate in that?
Yeah, so back in January, late January, going into February, I took a trip to Los Angeles. This is my second trip to Los Angeles for So You Think You Can Dance. My mom, I brought my mom with me, and it was definitely a great experience as well. It was not really nothing much to it. I came there really for it was like a kind of like a vacation thing, but also like an audition opportunity for America's Got Talent. And I was going in for dancing, and I met a lot of great acts, different acts, comedians, dancers, singers, a lot of singers, and so I was actually one of the first couple hundreds of people in line to audition. They had different locations elsewhere in different cities. This one was in Pasadena, and I was just out there. Didn't really take that long. It was because I know different auditions, they have a long waiting process, but this one didn't really take that long. It was, pretty straightforward. Went in there, just waited a couple minutes until my number got called, and they lined us up in groups of I want to say maybe 10 or 12, and they just put us in a holding room in another building, and all the different contestants we were in the same room, and we performed. We did our act in front of two producers of the show, and did my thing. I felt confident afterwards. Didn't get a call back, but it was all good. I still felt relieved that I jumped at the opportunity to pay a trip to go to LA. Just taking a leap of faith, and I definitely got to see more of Los Angeles this time, because the first time when I did So You Think You Can Dance, I was only exposed to because there was always cameras rolling, so I wasn't really free to do the things I wanted to. But yeah, America's Got Talent, I did that, and I just had more freedom to do whatever I wanted afterwards. So yeah, it was definitely a good experience.
So how did you, if people are listening too, is there a website that you follow, or how do you even find out about opportunities like this?
Yeah, so I just do a simple Google search and just be upcoming auditions. I'll just type that in, or AGT auditions, America's Got Talent, and they're always having auditions, especially video submissions. And I would just click on it and just, send my info in. For the America's Got Talent one, I didn't send a video submission. I just got the information and went to the place directly just to go to participate in the open call, which is open to anyone, who's interested to go out for these things. But that's really all it takes, is just a simple Google search. Ad. You can look at different ads if you're YouTube is full of them. So, if you come across the right one, you can definitely click on it if it, is something that you want to try out for. If your talent is in singing, rapping, dancing, telling jokes, whatever you do, pretty much it's just, you just jump at the opportunity once you see it, once it presents itself.
Okay, that's great. So talk about some of your other projects, Carlos. Carlos has, we almost could say he's a triple threat with the singing, with dancing, with acting. He's done some modeling. Can you talk about some of your other projects? Maybe you've been on a couple of videos. You've done some dancing with some kind of well-known video folks. Any one of those projects stand out for you? And if so, can you talk about that?
Yeah, so I've done a couple videos for local Baltimore rappers. They would just how they kind of discover me, because I used to do a lot of street performing in the past couple years. I started in 2018, and they would just see me dancing and performing, and I would just and they would take interest in me and just be like, yo, you got a phone number or business cards, and I'll give them my business card, and they'll definitely reach out to me for videos and everything. Last video I've done was kind of a little while ago, but still recent. Is a Baltimore rapper that goes by D. Dave. He actually passed away, unfortunately. Rest in peace to him. He was actually featured on 106 in Park years ago, and he was definitely a dope guy, very sweet guy. Like I said before, I done stuff for Thomas Dolby, performed for Thomas Dolby. Just a couple of other people. It's a lot of, it's too many to name, on top of my head on the fly. I just, been kind of working, just been open to, do different collaborations with people. And I'm definitely looking forward to doing more in the future. Just different things.
That's great. So, again, the IG, Instagram is Star on the Rise, STAARONTHE Rise. Star on the Rise if you want to get in touch with Carlos Green. So, Carlos, what's next for you? Or what's the goal here? What would be the ideal situation for you?
I just, want to be prosperous. I definitely like to, see myself selling, millions of records and just one day owning my own dance studio. Because I'm definitely inspired by, my contemporaries and just, people that I follow on Instagram, and just seeing what they accomplish in their short amount of time. And, just definitely want to do more, shows, and just, so I could definitely be around people, touch the people, and just being, networking with very dope people, and just, being around like-minded people, and who share the same common goals as I do, and just, taking over everything, pretty much.
I heard that, taking over everything. So, again, make sure you all download his record it's on Apple Music. It's called Macchiato. His rap name is Charisma. His IG to get in touch with him is Star on the Rise. And this is a young man, too. It's interesting. When I was thinking about doing this show this morning, I thought about how just about most of my guests that have been on this show have been either in their 20s or early 30s. Everyone has been a young person. So it's really important, too, that we support our young people, that People sometimes say, oh, these young people walk around with their pants hanging down or different things like that. But then there are a lot of young people. Carlos is 22, 23. He just turned 23. He is doing some positive things with his life and really hustling and trying to see his dreams be fulfilled. So it's really important for us to support our young people. So make sure you go and support him. And I remember, too, I know I'm wrapping up, but I remember, too, that when I worked at CCBC in 2000, and I remember the young people there, they were young adults, and they told me that the best way that you can really understand what's going on with our youth is to listen to their music and listen to their songs. So a lot of times they will say exactly what they want to say in their music. So it's important for us to listen to their music. So Carlos, I'm proud of you, and just keep pushing and keep striving. And I know you're going to have that dance studio. I know that you are going to sell millions of records. I'm just really proud of you, and thanks for coming on Branded in Style. I really appreciate you coming on. And I like to end my shows with Amen, which is agree with God, move with God, end with God, and never doubt God. This is Dr. Marsha Koger with the Branded in Style Radio Show. God bless everyone. See you next Saturday. Thank you. Thanks, Carlos. Bye-bye.
Yep. No problem.
To the next, I need the money to invest, not to say that I'm blessed, 'cause you'll be